Remarks and requests of the public. Anything. Any topic.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Is it on?
It is. Okay.
My name is Parkland Davis. I live on 1367 Shawview. And I'm here today to tell you that I appreciate our police department, fire department. They did a good job. The guy got shot on that street, got shot in the head. And they did a good job. They was out there 12 hours trying to find them bullets. They did the whole thing. I've never seen nothing like that before.
It's Attorney General.
They did a very good, neatly job. I'm very proud. Always been proud of our police department. The other thing is, I'm glad this thing was passed because we've been losing too much money in this city. I don't know where y'all was at when we lost that money to build a new city hall. We had the money from 93 to 97. Money gone. That's why we're in this raggedy building now. Shouldn't be here. We just been blowing, letting money go right by. Hey, now we was supposed to have a mall down here. What happened? The judge went to jail. You know, we just got money, don't know how to use it. Now, get back to the mayor and Helen Brown. Y'all act like y'all scared of him. You know, you didn't even ask him tonight. Why didn't you tell us? You know, come on, y'all work together. It's as simple as that. When my son don't hit the garbage, I asked him why. Come on. And then as far as this program about the university, we're supposed to be doing that stuff anyway. Inspecting the houses. We're supposed to be doing all that stuff. You pay the people some money to do that? You shouldn't have, because that's what y'all supposed to be doing. Come on. It ain't nothing new. Well, good. But what I'm saying is, come on, things happen. You got to speak up. Y'all got to speak up. He's just a man. There's 5 of y'all.
He's
I
not
appreciate
here.
your comment. You did a good job today. But come on. Speak up in that. You didn't even ask him. You tell him about what he didn't do. Ask him. I mean, it's just simple as that. You got to work together. You let things go right up. Like you said, you saw about we had this money all these years, that money should have been gone. All right.
Thank you.
Kelvin Irby, 14802 Elm Street. First, I want to announce that we have the sexual predator on our street, on Elm Street, living in the abandoned houses, squad. He was captured. I want to say thank you to 411 News, our COI, the Sheriff Department, and others that were involved. Now,
We had our council person, Mansell.
I'll hold that one. I'll hold that one. Helen Brown Center, I'm going to jump over a lot of this. Helen Brown Center, y'all gave money, and as O'May said, look what you voted on. Y'all voted for the building to be fixed, not the center. That's council's fault. Y'all had a hospital, tore down. It's $15 million supposed to be engaged to the city. Where is that at? Everybody know where it's supposed to be money at. Main thing is here, you say why we don't show up, we showed up. And when we can't show up, that's what we voted council members for. A mayor, we voted for. That's what we, the citizens, do. We do that. If you look around, Cleveland Heights is improving. Universal Circle is improving. Cleveland's improving. What about us? Y'all voted. Y'all have our money. Y'all asked us for our taxes. Where's it at? Like I say, you cross into the border to Universal Circle. It's brand new restaurants, a bowling alley. We had all that here. We had that here. So where's it at now? Y'all are our voices. We voted y'all in for this. And when we show up here, this is what this is about. Not to make you look like you ain't supposed to say nothing about it, but you're going to keep kicking this can. You ain't ended up with nothing but a dented can. That's all. We didn't ask for that. We asked to be improved. Like I said, Universal Circle, Cleveland Heights, Cleveland. Even got a casino. Even got a casino. We ain't got a basketball team, a football team. We supposed to share it. What else? Y'all want to talk about the salt truck? Who maintenance? Y'all owe so many people on maintenance of the little thing when you had a mechanic and you let him go. Where is y'all getting money from? What would y'all buy another truck for? And you got the trucks down in the service department. Need an alternator, need brakes. What else? You want to talk about plow blades? Who's training them? Who's training them? Y'all running off an 8-man staff. That's crazy. We were 20, 30 men. Park, recreation, gone. What else is there? What else is y'all taking from us? Have a good night.
I have a question. I'm a business owner of Onyx Event Center at 1413 Hayden Avenue. And my husband and I purchased this building in 2008 and initially with the daycare center. Once the area began to decline a little more, we decided to still keep the building but repurpose it and turn it into an event center. This was previously the Q 5 years ago. And the purpose of this center was to have events, birthday parties, weddings, different functions, but a certain class of people, you know, and we went through the whole channels for the last couple of years of everything. Everything the city asked us to do, we did. And the final stages were, okay, once this finally becomes an event center, you need to obtain a liquor license to properly conduct business. We just went through all the steps. My husband had the background check, paid for the license and everything. No one turned any letters of denial in or anything. And just recently they told us that the Board of Elections said the area is dry. And we're out of a lot of money and we're confused as to what is going on. Is the area dry? Is the area not? The Board of Elections denied the liquor license, stating that the area was dry in 1997.
Are you saying the Board of Election or the liquor board?
No. The liquor board denied it based on the fact that the County Board of Elections had that area listed as dry. So
that area is dry.
So what do? Because we only acted upon what was told. If you ride by that place right now, it's nice. We've invested a lot of money, time, and everything.
Pardon me, I hate to say this. I called you the other day. I
called you.
Yeah, and I returned the call.
Well, you know what? I had a death in my family, so I had a funeral earlier today. And the family's being from out of town and things like that. So it's very possible that I couldn't get your call.
I tell you what, why don't you see me tomorrow and we'll sit down and see what we can do about it.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Hi. At 14032.
What's your name?
Miss Heard. H-E-A-R-D. You can call me Roz. But the thing I want to talk about is that, in the summertime I usually don't drive my car. But when I do drive it, I only use one exit. That's the exit that goes up through on the side of you know what doing or something, don't you? The 1, 2, 3 senior citizens.
Up on Tears?
Yeah. Okay, so you know where the light is at. I always enter that way because I don't know who's supposed to take care of the back entrance. The back entrance, you got to hold that a truck to go through. You know, and the school, I don't know how the teachers go back and forth through this every day, but you know, I'm driving my car. I can't even use the access. Why is it there? Oh. And then the people who got the stuff for it, can y'all just give us a little bit to fix the driveway? You know how the driveway is.
Oh, that's a hidden drive. That is
going up.
The teachers got to come down that hill. We got to come down that hill. And if you go farther up, don't drive a Volkswagen because your Volkswagen be gone. Okay? So I'm just saying, you know, can we, use some, can we use some of that, within the next week? So, because it's snowing out there.
You know, people gonna get caught in all them holes and salt. I mean, the hose is big. It's not gonna be just gonna be a problem.
It's a problem now.
It's gonna be a problem. That's all I ask y'all to do. Just get out there next week and fix that little, that drive. I don't know how many teachers is coming down there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Edna Maddox, and I live at 1404 Potomac Avenue. I just want to convey my concern and my deep sadness when I saw the paper concerning the Helen Brown Center, because I go way back with the center. I worked there under Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Bax before we even moved to the tow motor building, before that was donated to this center. So this goes back to 70-something, when the program, the activities was at the theater. So I was there, and you know, I saw that center. I was there to see it become a beacon throughout the world, because I can tell you, we had students coming there from Africa, from Holland, to do intern work, to look at our senior program. So I've seen that Mrs. Lillian, Jimmy Carter's mother, you know how far back that was, when he was running for president. Miss Lillian came to Cleveland. She was campaigning for her son, but she came there because of all the centers she went to. She said, I could not miss coming to Helen Brown Center. I heard so much about it. And she came there during the lunch hour and stayed afterward and played bingo with the seniors. And I put on a demonstration with some of the seniors to show her some of their physical things that I started the physical fitness program there. You know, it just hurt my heart, because we were a beacon. That was a diamond in the rough. And when I saw where it was closing, and particularly with the seniors who depend on those meals, and what I want to know is there anything that can be done to reopen that center? I would go there and volunteer.
It's going to be open, it's on.
Because I cried when I saw that. And I said, I know Miss Brown and Sarah's just turning over in their grave.
Well, it's, and let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. I don't think you heard me.
I came in late.
Oh. In 2 weeks, the Helen Brown will be in full operation. The people, the seniors that are having meals delivered to their homes are now going to have the meals delivered to their home. Yesterday, the seniors were fed in the cafeteria of New Life Cathedral under the direction of Pastor Braxton. Every agency is coming out to help because of the initiative that our county counselor, Anthony Harrison, came out with Pastor Braxton. Pastor Braxton is using his 501c3, his community development, and they will, in conjunction with the county, working to make sure that programs are instituted, grants are given. They're reaching out also to the Gun Foundation. They're reaching out to United Way. I sat in on the meeting, you missed that. I sat in on the meeting Friday, and I was elated to hear how many agencies were coming forth to help. So it's going to be all right. And these they can use county money to provide heat in the building, to provide lights, to provide the boiler and everything to get fixed. They can provide staff to be paid. And until this all takes place, Pastor Braxton is going to be working with them. No one entity is going to rule over this. Everybody is going to join together. All the ministers in the city of East Cleveland have pledged to give $100. And not only that, they had the concert yesterday. I went to the concert, it was great. So everybody is coming forth to help Helen Brown. So don't you worry. If you're worrying, you're not praying. If you're praying, you're not worrying.
Well, I'm not worrying because this all came as a shock to me when I saw it.
I understand it was us too.
That was happening. But I wanted to ask you this: is the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging, are they still involved?
Everybody is on board. McGregor's back on board. The Case Western Reserve is on board. The aging downtown is on board. They're working diligently. The county is, and I am ecstatic that we got a young man as energetic as Anthony Harrison. Now, like I said, this is not something that the city did. This is one of the ministers for the first time standing up and taking control and doing what a minister
That
does.
is amazing. Thank you so much, because I'm going to be contacting, I'll go up there and volunteer.
Oh, please.
Oh, absolutely. I'm probably the last one left living that was working there.
So you're going to live a long time more.
Well, I don't know.
Only the two now will be coming up. Yes, sir.
I just have a question about the budget. And I'm not sure whether this was in the budget that was approved this evening. So I read the state auditor's report, and then just reading different news reports, my understanding was that unless we approve either a merger or some type of bankruptcy, that the city would be out of money to pay police and fire by the third pay period of this month. So is that something that we're still concerned about? And if so, what are we, what is the city doing about that?
Young man, we're always concerned.
So is that still an issue? By the my understanding is that there's 3 pay periods this month.
Yes,
and by
it
the
is.
third one, there
Yes,
would
it
be no money for police. Is that still the case?
No, that's not the case.
Okay.
We're working on one pay period at a time.
Okay.
And I'm told that by the end, if we get through this, we'll be able to do what else we have to do.
Okay.
But I don't believe in scare tactics. I don't believe in predictions. As you go along, you use the money that you got. Right now, people are being paid, and I don't think anybody has lost any pay yet.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I understood. I would just also add that bankruptcy and debt restructuring is also,
That's what we're looking at that. We're looking at that, and I'm very concerned. Okay?
All right.
And thank you for asking.
Yeah, Charles on 15808.
This is the last, Mr. O'May.
No, I was ready.
Well, I'm very, I guess I'm less knowledgeable, not dumb, or whatever. Because what I've been hearing tonight from Mr. Martin saying, this is something been going on for years. And what my problem is, why do you wait till somebody come in and let the horse out the gate and then buy a lock to go on the gate? These things are going on for years. I don't know, everybody in here, y'all has been driving the city, somebody longer than me probably. And y'all couldn't see this coming? If you couldn't see it coming, when this man was running for mayor,
Where's he at?
I took him in my car and rode him around in the city about these houses, not getting inspectors for the houses and all this stuff. I've been preaching this all the time, and then he come up and say you had to get these people from Western Reserve, Case Western Reserve to come tell him. If y'all living in the city, you should have been seeing it. I saw it, and I've been up here hollering about it. Nobody did nothing about it. And here's my thing. When Eric Brewer was running for mayor, I helped him get in office. When he didn't do a proper job, I went with this guy here. That's what I told him. He just left out of here. I went to talk to him.
Why'd he leave?
And I rode around him in my car and showed him these stuff about this city. Talked to him about things going on. Oh yeah. Soon as he get in, what do? Nothing. So when he didn't do what I thought he was supposed to do, I guess most of the people thought he did, then I wanted to get this other person elected mayor, because I believe if a person don't do their job, they should go out the door. And if it was me, it would be a lot of y'all sitting up here be going out the door. Because I don't think y'all doing y'all job. If people elect y'all to do your job, then you're not doing it. And when I was going to school in Alabama, a country school, they taught me that the legislative branch of any government was the most powerful.
It is. That's right.
Now, if you all gonna tell me that you all can't do nothing about what this mayor, governor, or president, whoever that's under over y'all supposed to be over them, and you all cannot legislate the laws that he's supposed to follow, then you got another law, the judicial system. They supposed to make sure that he do what he's supposed to do. I know. I got a lot more I would like to say. You know, but I'm just telling you, this is the reason why I say I don't like to come here. Because you can't say it. It's sad.
Oh, you clarify things first. I want to say it has been the norm. No, I just, before I start speaking, I want to say this to the council.
time speaks now.
No, I,
Time
you know,
starts
this,
Excuse me, it's time to start to be ready.
now, before I was getting ready to say, you sat here and took up a lot of time responding to individual citizens. And you did not, that's not the norm. You wait to hear from everyone and then you respond. That's the norm. So that's what I wanted to say before my time. So now I'll start. Number one, let's start with the community, the special grant that we have, purpose grant that we have in reference to the young ladies. That grant was there, we had $2 million. That grant was spent, most of it was the money that was spent, of those $2 million was spent during my tenure on council. We had people in. We did not wait for administration. It was council's responsibility. You sit at the head of the ham, you put legislation in place. We brought the people in here. Various people we brought in here and trained people and placed them on jobs. They got jobs during my tenure on, with that money. And now no one since we've left council have reinstituted that. Number two, this council has the authority, as Mr. Holmes was alluded to earlier, to come out of your committee. This is what you have. You bring the people, whoever is in your committee, you bring them together, you have a meeting, you bring in people that want to spend the money, you put the legislation in place and bring the people in and allocate the monies for them to spend, to train these young people. I'm still baffled as to the fact that you sit here time after time and keep passing legislation with two subject matters. The charter strongly stresses there must be one subject matter, so you don't know which one you pass. And we have gone to court on that matter, and I won as a result of it, because we went to court as a result of passing two pieces of legislation with two subject matters. Number two, you said that you would keep the city afloat in reference to you pass legislation to get your money monthly. The money you're going to get monthly is the projection and the what the county project that you're going to get, and you're going to get part of that money. You still, if you're not controlling and spending your money well now, what makes you think you're going to spend it well with monthly? Because you're still going to run out of money. You're still going to be in the up the creek without a paddle, as the city goes, if you're not spending and staying within the budget that you allocate. Then you're going to tell me $27,000 were taken out of the budget. I want to know from this council, that is your due diligence. That is your responsibility to approve and write a budget. Not somebody else writing a budget and you sitting up there approving. You are derelict in your responsibility. So you have not done your due diligence. Your job is to pass a budget. Your job is to appropriate, legislate, and approve and authorize. That is your duty and responsibility.
Again, I appreciate constructive criticism. Best thing in the world. Can't deny it. That's what you're here for. To voice your concern.
I hope you.
And you have voiced them well. Is there anyone else here?
But you have cut us off.
Is there anyone else?
Hi, Joel Struthers, 4412news.com. On that first meeting for the HUD thing, it was is Councilor Martin, myself, and one other person. Which is correct, you said 8 people. That wasn't true. There was only 3 of us there. We did surveys. Nobody knew about that meeting, and they really don't know when that meeting happened. It's like a mystery meeting that happened, and if you get lucky, you find out about it. We did, and we were the only people there. Second thing is a black and white issue. It's reverse racism. Other than police officers, which were hired, anybody who's got a gun in their hand, on this side of the building, it's up and down, we have been hiring black people, which is good, but we're not hiring any diversity. No white people, no people of other nationalities coming in the building. And it's now a big issue because, of course, you know it's on the website. And when I say about the Kraken, unleashing the Kraken, it's what's about to happen on the racial thing. Because it's a bad thing. It's going to go pretty big because we don't hire any white people. And it's time for us to start hiring some diversity on this thing. Since the mayor's hiring all these new people, you guys can't stop it because he's hiring them because he says he can replace people, which trumps your thing, the thing that I saw you guys pass. He can hire, he's replacing people all the time. We got to get some of these people who are non-black, get some diversity in here. Because on 441112news.com, it's front page, which means it's going everywhere. It's not going anywhere until we figure out how to get some diversity on that side of the building, not this side where we got anybody with a gun.
Yeah, you want qualified people. They worry about whether you're white or black, right?
That's, well, qualified people, but there's got to be some people with diversity.
Thank you, Mr. Struthers. Glad you returned, Mr. Mayor. There was a lot of controversy. There was a lot of controversy about different issues, and the residents wanted response. Do you have any remarks of the request for the public? Response of council. Councilor King, is there any more you would like to say?
Just, thank you, Council President. Just briefly address the business owner on Hayden. You know, looking at that. Mr. Irby, I would ask you to come out to the Fiscal Commission meeting. A lot of the issues that you raised, they clear up for everyone's sake. And that's what it is. Thank you.
Councilor Martin.
Yeah, I rise to speak. Okay, young lady, what's your name?
Pamela Buckingham.
Buckingham. Miss Buckingham, what I know, and I know when they had they dried it up, but I know there's a store out there on Hayden going like I would say like west from what you're talking about. Yeah, and it's like a beverage store. And he was complaining that he needed to sell beer and wine. Well, they had dried it up. But some years later, he got a beer and wine license because it goes through the state. The state controls that. Okay, why it's taking you 2 years to get your thing going? I don't understand, because I don't know how this dry.
They circulated a petition to
precincts dried up.
Right. Okay. So how, if the precincts dried up, I'm just asking a question to get some understanding. How was he able to get a C1 permit?
Because he circulated a petition.
Oh, okay.
In that particular precinct.
Okay. Okay. Well, because I would go in the store and he would say, for Councilor Martin, I think I'm going to go out of business because I need to sell beer and wine. So about a year, eventually he was selling beer and wine. So, okay, because I know that a lot of that comes through the state liquor agency. I also wanted to respond to, we're supposed to cut $500,000 from the budget. Now, we're struggling to make 3 payrolls, and I'm told we'll probably make the 3 payrolls this month. But we're still supposed to, we haven't voted for the budget for the whole year, we're still supposed to, Barbara, cut $500,000 from the budget. And our most prolific expense is salaries. Now, where do we make the cuts? Where do we make the cuts? And I share the history of Helen Brown. I've been there, I've had lunches there, etc. And I'm glad that we're turning it around. You know, my whole thing is about not being so reactive but proactive. I wish we could have sit down and because we know, and I can say this honestly from my knowledge, that we've subsidized Helen Brown over the years. We've struggled to get by. Okay, the situation is a little bit worse now, but a lot of entities have stepped up, and as we do that, we'll correct it. But we got to make sure we don't go back there. Again, revenue. The Case West Reserve students, I think, and Brandon King and Tracy Peters, they've given us a blueprint. We've got to act on it. I'm really concerned in my heart as we go through a new year. Can we establish respect between the branches of government? I'm talking about the legislative branch and the administration, because information is not being shared. If we pass legislation saying there's a hiring freeze, if there's a caveat in there saying he can replace people, give us the respect to let them know, well, this person's left, this person's coming. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Why do I have to find that Helen Brown is closing, not through the administration, but senior called me and said, Martin, what you do, see what you can do, and then I walk in up on something and it blew my mind. Can we work together? That is a stretch. But whether we do or not, this is where I'm at with this merger mess. We have to solve our own problems. We need to act on the recommendations in the case. You get your citizens to come up here, because ultimately, after everything is done, a lot of things going to boil down to you guys voting on it. Okay? We got a blueprint to raise $2 million, and I think there's people who live in this city that will help us. They don't want this city to go under. I don't think that Cleveland can do that much for us, because they have as much blight and as much concerns, and it's just a bigger situation. We'll be reduced to a ward. Do you want to go downtown and park and pay the park to get your issues addressed? We have to do it. If it comes to bankruptcy, that may be an option. If it comes to sitting down with creditors, can we coalesce and come together to work toward that? It starts with the administration. They're full-time. We're part-time. Working together. It starts with sharing information. It starts with if somebody's leaving, I'm getting ready to have a personal appointment meeting to find out what's going on with the hiring, because I'm seeing all these new faces around here, especially in the police department. And I said, well, how are they hiring these folks when we're supposed to have a hiring freeze? Well, I guess I got the answer tonight, replacement. supposed to be in the know. In the know. I don't think anyone serves up here, especially these council people, that don't really care about the city, because it ain't about the money. Okay? Even the case students, the first thing in their report was how grossly underpaid we are. So, what I do know that will work. What I do know is work. I want to thank, as we enter the new year, Art McCoy for your activism, Mr. Holmes, Calvin, Miss Madden, all you guys have been around. Those who come here, thank you for your activism. I do think that we need a whole lot of prayer, because humility, compassion, patience, and kindness is just not among us. Even though we reached out with the 2 new people who've been through here a year, they've learned a whole lot this year. Okay? All right? So pray for us, because I believe God works in mysterious ways. If our hearts are not right, God knows it. Okay? So pray for us. I think it's a saying, and I don't know the proper saying, if my people humble themselves and pray, okay. We need it. Gladys Walcott, we need it. Thank you. All right?
But you got to get up off your knees. That's what the Bible says. That's what you said on your knees.
Vice President,
I've been here now. We've been here for all council for a year. There's been a lot to learn in that 1 year. It's been a lot. And I think that for the most part I've been quiet because I've been listening and looking instead of talking. And got to come together a little bit more and work together better. Beer and wine, if it's an establishment like that, I accept that. The corner stores, I think we got enough of the corner store beer and wine. I wish we could get a tax on them. If we get a tax on that, fix all our problems. They sell a lot of beer and wine in the neighborhood. Black and white employee issues.
Yep.
I think that the city hires the most qualified person, and preferably if they can get them from home, it helps the unemployment rate in our city.
Got white people here too.
They apply.
We got white people here live in the city too.
Okay. If they apply, they treat you like everybody else.
I don't see that.
That's what I feel about on that. And I think we got a lot to look forward to this year, this summer. And I know everybody talking about merger and bankruptcy and all those things, but you know, let's exhaust every avenue to see what we can do for our city. Okay? Have a good year. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President. I think that I really would like to clear up something about the students. The students on Case Western Reserve did that as a project. A project that they received a grade 6. And anytime that you can reach out and you can involve students and they're really concerned about what they're doing and they follow through, I think that's wonderful. Instead of sitting in front of a computer and a game while trying to find out how they can hack into somebody's personal business. I appreciate any comment that one would have. And again, I appreciate Art and his activism. Mr. Holmes, I appreciate you too. Because without you and people like Mr. O'May, we would not have no history. So I appreciate the history that you all bring to this courtroom. What I want to say to the young man back there, it's not about you when you say you all. We put you up here to do this and do that. I think that basically, if you look at from the top down to what's going on in the political arena, from the Senate to all the legislators of their government, the same thing is happening. And they're trying to find money, they're trying to find reason and rationale and what to do. And a lot of them left out. And Mr. Holmes, you know, I would like to say this. Taking people out of a position, it's not hard to do.
I know.
It's not hard to do. But replacing them with somebody good that cares for the city and wants to do the best they can is hard. And when you make, and listen to me, I'm not trying to debate, I'm just saying. And when you make campaign promises and you put people in the wrong position, sometimes that they're not qualified to be in, that causes a lot of problems. And I don't think nobody up here is afraid of the mayor. I think they're showing respect by saying the things that they're supposed to say. I think you had enough of that previously where things would be going back and forth, arguing, hooping and hollering. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work and do my job. And this year, 2015, I'm running for council. And I'm going to run as hard as I can. Because sitting up here, I'm taking care of not only everybody else's business, but I'm taking care of mine. And it is now 12 minutes after 8. And I thank all of you all for